Hello everyone, welcome to MBA Karo. In this past calculation techniques part 4, we will discuss how to calculate fractions fast and also how to approximate answers using the given numbers. So, I'll show you a table of fractions which one must know and how it can be used in effectively doing the calculations, finding close by values so that you do not have to do the actual calculations. If you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe to this channel. And in case you are preparing for CAT 2024 and other MBA entrance examinations, you can check our website for the upcoming courses and you can connect with us via these platforms to get details on the same. Now, very important thing related to percentages is the fractions that are used along with percentages. Okay, so if I say 1 by 2, 1 by 2 is 0.5, or if I convert into percentages, I can directly say into 100, which is 50%. Okay, if I say 1 by 3 into 100, it is 33.33%. If I say 3 by 4 into 100, that is 75%. So there are a lot of such values which are very frequent. Okay, and if you know these frequent values, you can use them for fast calculations. So let us see the values which are frequent and application of them in calculation of numbers, and then subsequently in one of the questions as an example, and some more approximation techniques. So let's start with this reciprocals. This I would recommend that everyone should know, because if you know reciprocals up to 30, I mean your job is done. Even if you do not want to know till 30, you can just know till at least 15. Okay, then beyond 15 maybe 16, 18, 20, 24, 25, 30, 28. So these are some of the important reciprocals that you should know, right? 1 to 15 all, and then beyond 15, these are the important ones that you should know. Okay, so for example, this reciprocal means 1 by x, like 1 by 6 is 16.67%. Okay, 1 by 8 is 12.5%. So reciprocal means 1 by n. 1 by 20 is 5%. 1 by 22 is 4.55%. Now, these are helpful in a lot of topics. Subsequently, when we take up some classes on different topics and including time and work and lot other topics, we will see their applications. So it is important to know these reciprocals and they make your calculations very simple. In the previous videos, we did talk about multiplication of certain numbers near 100 and some special cases. Today we will see that if what if you have numbers close by these numbers. Okay, so let us say we have to approximate these values, right? You do not have to tell the exact answer, you have to find these values. Let's say percentage symbol is there, like 55.55% of 432. So we just saw that 1 by 9 is 11.11%. So this is into 5 times. So it becomes 5 by 9. So 5 by 9 of 432. So 9 4 36, 7 72, 48, 240. Now suppose you are not given 55.55%, right? You are given, let's say, 55% of 432. And you are given some options, or you have to do 55 into 432. Now you have to approximate what will be the answer. So you can use this as a reference and estimate that the answer is somewhere close to 240, right? Similarly, let us take few more examples, like 168% of 83.35. Okay, now whenever we do a percent of b, we can say that a into b percent, like we can write it as 168 into 83.35 percentage. Now we know that 1 by 6 is, like, if you know this number 83.33, it is close to 5 by 6. 5 by 6 is 83.33%. Okay, so if you know this number 5 by 6, so probably you can do 168 into 5 by 6, which turns out to be 140. Now see this thing, that how these calculations are useful to you. Suppose you have to multiply the values. Okay, we need to do 168 into 83. Let's say you are supposed to do this multiplication, and you are asked that what is the product of 168 and 83. Okay, so in the previous videos I did discuss that like last digit you can find out. So suppose the options are given as 14264, right? So suppose you have to do this product, right? You do not know the table of 83, you do not know the table of 168. It will take a lot of time to do this calculation. Okay, how we can do this is, see, we know that 83, not 83, we know that 83.33 is 5 by 6. So I can do 5 by 6 of 168, which is easy to do. Now if that is an easy calculation, I get 140, right? Now we need to find 83%, not 83.33%. So it is going to be slightly less than 140. So this 13944 will be our answer. We can get the answer without doing the actual calculation. So these values are quite useful. If you know these fractions, then it saves you a lot of time, because even if the calculations are big, we can do this with ease. Now 588, right? So this is 119 into 588 percentage. If you know 1 by 17 is 5.88 percentage. So this is 100 by 17. 100 by 17 will be 588 percentage. So it becomes 119 into 100 by 17. 17 into 7 is 19. 119. So the number is approximately 700. Now suppose we need to multiply 63 by 1425. I have written percentages. If percentages are not there, do not worry. I told you in the previous video also not to worry about decimals and zeros. 63% of 1425, or simply you have to multiply 63 and 1425. Okay. Now look at this number. It is very close to 1 by 7. 1 by 7 is 0.1428 or 14.28% to be precise. Okay, so this is 6.3 into 1425 percentage. This is 1 by 7 is 14.28%. This will be 100 by 7. So 6.3 into 100 by 7. 6.9 or 90 to be the precise number. Okay, suppose you have to multiply these numbers, 63 into 1425. So you know that the answer is going to be close to 90,000. Okay, so this is how you can approximate the values using these percentages. Let's say we have to do 27.27% of 176. Okay, so let's say you have to multiply 27 into 176. What would be the approximate number? So 1 by 11 is 9.09 percentage. Okay, so 3 by 11 is this. This becomes 3 by 11. 3 by 11 into 176. This is 16 times, and this answer is 48. Okay. So again, I'll show this table to you. Right. Draw a table, draw this table, right. Make a formula notebook, write all these values, and remember at least till 15, and then probably 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 25, 28, 30, because most of the numbers will be covered in this. So you will be able to find a lot of calculations, much simple to do when you have these numbers in your head. Now, how to apply these percentages in taking variables, right? Now, suppose this is a question. It says in 2020, Akshat's salary was 25% more than Bhupesh's salary. Their monthly salaries increased by rupees 8,000 and 6,000 respectively in 2021. If their average monthly salary in 2021 is 34,000, what was Akshat's monthly salary in 2020? It is not a difficult question. But yes, definitely people will take time to solve this. Right? Thoda time to lagega, you cannot just blindly get the answer. So let us use the techniques that we have learned. Few techniques we learned in the past videos also. and this also. So first thing is we will ignore the three zeros. Thousands को हटा देते हैं, like 3486. We'll use these numbers. Okay. Second thing is how a normal person does it, right? What is the way to do is we say Akshat's salary is 25% more than Bhupesh's salary. So people take Bhupesh's salary as X and Akshat's salary as 1.25x. In my past videos also I've told you need to ignore decimals, fractions as much as possible, right? Now when it says x and 1.25x, because we are taught कि you should take x, every unknown is taken as x or n, whatever you take, we take that with a coefficient 1. Okay, but learn a different thing. And not only this question, if it says 16.66%, you should be taking 6. So like this you need to take variables. Now instead of taking this, we know 25%. What is 25%? Is 1 by 4. Okay, it is 1/4 more. Okay, so what we will do is we will take, let's say Bhupesh's salary as 4x. Okay, why did we take 4x? Because we know 1/4 is 25%. And in the subsequent videos, whenever we solve any such questions, we will be applying this technique in doing the calculations. And you will realize that it is a much better technique to calculate the values. So what we will do is 2020, it is talking about 2020. Okay, so 2020 and 2021. Now Bhupesh's salary is, we will take A and B. B we will take 4x and it is 1/4 more. 1/4 of 4x is x. So this is 5x. Now देखो 1.25 से divide करना versus 5 से divide करना, which is easier? 5 is easier. Now it says that their monthly salaries increased by 8 and 6 respectively. Okay, 8 से इसकी salary बढ़ गई. So 5x plus 8 and his salary is 4x plus 6. Okay, now their average is 34. So their total salary will be 68. 9x plus 14 is 68. So 9x is 54 or x is equal to 6. If x is 6, we are asked Akshat's monthly salary in 2020, 5x, that is 30,000. Okay. This is the power of taking variables in the right direction. Now try the same question by the conventional method. Put b is equal to x, a is equal to 1.25x. You will take this as 1.25x plus 8,000, x plus 6,000. You will add it, you will get 2.25x plus 14,000. So all those things which we learned till now, right? Ignoring zeros, taking the right variables, these collectively make you fast at doing calculations. So I hope you understood that how to take variables. In our subsequent classes also, I will teach in this manner that how to take the right variables so that you can do the calculations in the least possible time. Now another thing that is useful for calculations is approximation of fractions. Okay, so it's a three-step method which I shall use, and using this we will calculate the answers. Now suppose you need to find 3478 by 5253. Okay, division is the biggest challenge. We saw multiplication, okay, addition, subtraction anyone can do, but multiplication and division are the big challenges. Multiplication के लिए I already told you a lot of techniques. Right now comes the part wherein you have to divide by numbers, and it becomes difficult for you to answer the questions because the options look close to you and you are not aware of these numbers. Okay, so learn the step-by-step technique. First technique is make the denominator calculation friendly. Okay, suppose we need to find 3478 upon 5253. I do not know the table of 5253. I'm not going to divide by 5253 by any means. Now, do you know the table of 5? Yes, everyone knows it, right? Even a small kid can tell the table of 5. So what I do, I'll make it 5,000. Yes, step 1 done. Very simple. Calculation friendly denominator. Like 5 is a calculation friendly denominator. Second thing is find the percentage change in the denominator. And you need to find approx. Okay, all things have to be done with approximation. So what is the percentage change? I subtracted 253 from this 5253 say I subtracted 253 to get 5000. Now 253 is how much percentage? Roughly 5%. लेकिन रफ वी हैव टू डू अप्रोक्सीमेट लाइक 500 का 5% इज 250. ठीक है, इसका 5% थोड़ा ज्यादा होगा बट अप्रोक्सीमेटली 5%, रफ 5%. ओके, अप्लाई द सेम परसेंटेज चेंज इन द न्यूमरेटर. So subtract 5% from this numerator also. Okay, now this is 3478. 34 is 1%. 34 into 5, 170. Okay, so roughly 170 you can subtract, right? You do not have to, like, you can, like, you do not have to tell the exact value. Maybe you can take 178 also. Okay, round of value area. So even if you take 170, you will get 3308. ये वैल्यू आएगी, रफ वैल्यू, वेरी रफ कैलकुलेशंस. Divide by 5, you will get 66, right? Roughly 66, 66 point, like 66 is completely divisible, 66.1%, roughly this value. Okay, so your answer is 66%. Now you can try the values, take a calculator, divide 3478 by 5253. You will get a very close by value. हो सकता है 66.2, 66.3, 66.4 हो, but very close to 66. So this is how you can calculate super fast, and you do not need a calculator for that. Let's solve some more examples so that you get a hands-on experience on it. So 789 by 3252. Calculation friendly denominator will make it 3000. We are subtracting 252 from it. Now if you take 1% is 30, 8% is 240. Okay, if you take 8% of, like, actually you are calculating percentage with respect to this is roughly 8%. 8% is 32 ka 8% is 256. So you do not have to calculate exactly that whether it is 7.8, 7.9, 8.1. Rough number 8%. Okay, subtract 8% of this also. Okay, it is close to 800. 8 is 64, so minus 64 kar lo. Very rough calculations. Okay, so what do you get? You get 725. Divide 725, you will get 24 is 72.17, right? Roughly this. So 0.24 is our answer. So you do not need to exactly get, see, you are not getting exact answer. You are getting a very approximate answer which will beat the options. Now this technique is quite helpful in doing such calculations. So even if you get a big number, you can do the calculations very fast. Let's take this example. Please try these calculations using a calculator and verify that if you are getting a close by answer. So this shall give you a confidence, and whenever you notice any division, right, apply this technique to approximately get the answer. So 13596 7685. ठीक है, इसमें क्या करेंगे? We'll make it 8000. Why did we make 8000? Because it is closer to this number. Plus 315 किया. ठीक है. Now 80 का 4% is 320. So roughly 4%. Add 4% of this. Okay, so we can take this as 13600. 4% is how much? 136 into 2, 600, 272, 544. So basically we'll add 544 to it. Okay, or you can do 540 इसमें add कर लो, इसमें 540 add कर लो, you will get 14140. Okay, divide this by 8. 8 into 1, 61, then 7. Okay, 56, 554, 177, 8, or you can say 648 point, then you have 6, so you get 7, like close to this, 167, 176, 176, 7. These are the digits that you get. Okay, so you don't need to worry about the decimals. So it is roughly 1.77. Okay, you can get an approximate value by doing this. So you do not know the table of 7685, not to worry. With this technique, it will take you 15 to 20 seconds. You will not have to use a calculator and get a very approximate answer to the question. So let's solve one more problem of this type. and then I guess through these examples you will get adapted it. And in the future, whenever you encounter any calculations wherein some numbers are there such that you cannot reduce them, you do not know the table of, you can apply these techniques to still get the closest answer. Now if you see these questions, right, these options, you find them difficult to solve, right? This technique will help you a lot in data interpretation. Sometimes it asks that the production is how much more, what percent less, and all. You can easily do it. So this is roughly 500. We are adding 23, which is basically around 5%, roughly 5%. 5 ka 500 ka 5% is 25. It is less than 500, right? So 5%, roughly 23. Like 23 is the number which is rough 5%. Do not calculate this 4.8, 4.9. Take an integer value. Add 5% of this. 36 into 5, 180. 18 will be the rough 5%. 18, that is 383. Okay. Divide 383 by 5. So you multiply 766, right? So you'll get around 76.6% will be your approximate answer. So choose the closest option, which is 76.5%. So this is how you can calculate with ease, right? So it will hardly take you 20 seconds. Like if you become fast at it, understand it. यहाँ पे तो मैं समझा के बता रहा हूँ. Like if you have mastered this technique, apply to the calculations within 15-20 seconds, you will get the answer. It is very helpful to in calculation based data interpretation, and otherwise also wherever you have to solve for percentage or certain things, you can use this to get approximate percentages. So I hope you found this video useful. Please don't forget to like this video and share it with your friends. If you are preparing for CAT and other MP entrance examinations, you can check out the courses on our website. And if you have any queries related to the courses, you can contact us via these medium. So this was another video on fast calculation techniques. Please do watch all the 4 videos so that you are well prepared to reduce time in the calculation part and spend more time on thinking how to solve the questions. And this will definitely boost your calculation speed and the time you take to solve the questions in the examination.